Hello, everybody. We're back with another banger video. That was so cringe. Doesn't matter. Listen, today we're going to be talking about Game 5, the probable, most definitely final game of the series. Nuggets Heat 2023 NBA Finals in what has been a great playoffs overall. Maybe a little bit of a lackluster series for the fans that wanted a close finals. But, you don't always get everything you wish for. Stop being an ungrateful scumbag, all right? There's a lot of other things out there, okay? Anyways, listen. We all saw what happened in Game 4. I know I didn't post a video beforehand talking about it. Personally, I had the Heat winning Game 4. They lost. I don't think there was enough urgency on the defensive end. I mean, too many cuts. And, you can't do a lot if Aaron Gordon's hitting a couple threes. It's going to be hard to win. But, just to keep it short, my thoughts on Game 4 were similar to my thoughts on Game 3. Just Jokic and Jamal, even though Jamal had a poor shooting game, he made timely shots, timely buckets. He had a huge three in the fourth quarter. There's just not enough on the Heat, and you see the role players that were giving you a lot in that Celtics series are not doing that anymore. I mean, Caleb Martin, Strus, just ineffective. So, all eyes on Game 5 tonight at Denver. Denver's a 9-point home favorite, as they should be. I think a lot of people are expecting Denver to win this game, and I'm one of those people. I don't see any way in hell the Miami Heat can win this game. It's going to take a Jimmy Butler masterpiece. But, as a friend of mine has alluded to, he's hurt. He's clearly not the same Jimmy. He's not going to be able to drop you the 40-point triple-double that he did in the finals a couple years ago in the bubble in Game 5. He doesn't have it in him anymore. And this isn't a dig on Jimmy. You guys know how I feel about Jimmy. I'm just saying, he's out of gas. And the Nuggets are a superior team. Their best player is a lot better than the Heat best player. I think that's obvious. Jokic is the best player in the NBA. Jimmy Butler's, fringe top 10. He's probably around like 9 or 8 because we had to include his playoff performances. That might be a little high for some people, but it doesn't matter. Tonight, I expect a Nuggets victory. I expect the whole team to be playing with their head on fire. I think Mike Malone does such a great job, getting his team fired up. I mean, you can just see the intensity he coaches with. And Eric Spoelstra is still a better coach. But the old phrase that everyone says is, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Well, when talent does work hard, hard work cannot beat talent that works hard. It just doesn't happen like that, which is why MJ's Bulls were so dominant. Okay, super talented players and extremely hard work. The Warriors back in, 3-4 years ago when they were in their dynasty with KD, same thing. The Heat with LeBron. I mean, the Spurs, they had both. And as sad as it is to say, the Heat only have one of those. They only have the hard work. You cannot overcome this big of a talent gap in today's NBA. So I fully expect the Nuggets to win this game comfortably. I don't know if they cover the spread or not. I think, they could win 7-8, but I think they'll be up the whole game. I don't think it'll be particularly close. And those are my thoughts on Game 5. I mean, pretty simple. If you guys have any disagreements, throw them in the comments. I'll absolutely explain to you why you're absolutely wrong. But other than that, let's move on. Talk about a couple other sports that I didn't get to talk about over this past weekend. You guys know I'm a huge soccer fan, football fan. We saw Messi with the move to Inter Miami, which I'll probably talk about later, how that's going to affect all the other American professional sports, specifically the MLS, how it can continue to expand. Let's touch on the Champions League final, Manchester City versus Inter Milan. Pretty good game, honestly. I know the last 4 Champions League finals have all ended in a score of 1-0. And this one was actually one of the more entertaining ones, especially those last 15 minutes with the Lukaku shank. Ugh, Lukaku, just gosh, this guy. He's coming back to Chelsea. I'm a Chelsea fan, so I don't know how that makes me feel. But he just misses in the biggest of stages. World Cup, big misses. Champions League finals past year, big misses. I mean, come on. Really, Lukaku? You know, I don't want to hear anything more about this guy. And I don't want to put the fraud term to his name, but a lot of people call him a fraud. And I'm not one of those people. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. But what else can I say? John Stones from Man City was absolutely excellent. Bernardo played well, especially in that first half. He kind of got locked down a little bit, but Inter Milan was really playing not to lose for a minute there. And they actually had some good attacks at the later part of the first half, later part of the second half. But you just want to see more intensity out of halftime. I feel like in soccer it's so important. If you get out of halftime, let's say it's 0-0, those first 15 45th minute to like the 65th, 70th minute, you have to establish some sort of attack or you're not going to win. City was establishing attack the whole game, the whole 90 minutes. Inter Milan, I just feel like they were too passive at times, and that's what ended up being their doom, or whatever. Real quick, we're going to talk about Djokovic versus Casper Ruud. I don't know if you guys watch tennis. I'm kind of a tennis fan these days, a little bit myself. I have a good friend who loves tennis, loves to watch it. And, wow, Djokovic is spectacular. There's not enough to say about this guy. He is absolutely fantastic to watch. Pleasure watching. And, Casper Ruud, even though he kept it really close that first set, there was really nothing he could do. Nothing he can do. Novak is so clearly just better than Casper at tennis. It's as simple as that. It's a 1v1 sport, so whoever's better is going to win 95% of the time. Novak proved that even on the clay court. Doesn't matter. He's just too much. Those serves, and it's just some of the finesse that he has. He was making a lot of unforced errors and it still was all for naught. So that's good for him. Either way, yeah, that's about all we had for this weekend. I'm going to start posting more. I'll probably post tomorrow talking about the Nuggets championship and what it means to Jokic and Murray. Unless the Heat do the unforeseeable, but they won't. So don't get too, don't get too crazy. But that's about all for today's video. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a great rest of your week.